Ulrich, can you be arrested if you don't have proof of purchase of your cigarettes when asked by a police officer?
Hi, Sean. Thank you for having me. The quick answer to that is no, you cannot, under no circumstances. And the minister's allegations and claims that he has made that people must present an invoice or proof of purchase of cigarettes that they have in their possession is completely bizarre and flawed in law. The regulations under the Disaster Management Act clearly states that you are not allowed to sell or purchase cigarettes. It does not provide details as to whether you are allowed to smoke cigarettes or whether you must present an invoice if requested by a policeman to do so.
And then what about being arrested for actually smoking in public? How does that work?
So the Disaster Management Act is very clear that smoking is banned, in that you cannot purchase cigarettes, and a seller of cigarettes cannot sell cigarettes to customers. People who smoke in public are still free to do so. And of course, I think all of us will agree that we are not seeing smokers stopping smoking. We are just seeing smokers obtaining cigarettes via alternative means, which in itself is, of course, also a problem that's been created by the ban on smoking. So the short answer is anyone who wants to smoke, as they did prior to the lockdown regulations, is still free to do so. You're just not allowed to buy cigarettes.
So is this ban an infringement on the constitutional rights of society?
I think that's a question on all of the smokers' lips, especially. A few weeks ago, British American Tobacco Company of South Africa threatened legal action against the government to lift the ban on the sale of cigarettes, citing members of society's right to smoke if they have the desire to do so, but also citing that the reasons advanced by the government why there is a ban on smoking are not sufficient. The short answer is that it can be seen to be an infringement on a person's rights, but we are, of course, in a national state of disaster, which means that the National Disaster Management Act is at play, and that governs how our lives are regulated in this state of disaster. I do, however, think that the government needs to provide more clarity as to why exactly there is a ban on smoking. If it is in accordance with the regulations and the recommendations passed by the World Health Organization, then they must clearly state that, so that there's a greater understanding among society as to why the sale of cigarettes is banned. We did, however, see the Chief Justice Mogoeng making a statement 2 days ago wherein he stated that he invites members of the public to take the government's decision to court and to challenge the validity of it. So I think there is definitely scope for someone to approach a court. Whether a court will deem it as being an infringement of a constitutional right, we will have to wait and see, specifically because of the national state of disaster.
All right. Thanks so much for your time and the insight. Appreciate it.